Svetlana, the firefly in the room.
Hello houseplant friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to have you here because today I will talk about something really special, and I am really sad that not too many plant tubers are already obsessed with these plants, but I am pretty new to this love as well. So you already know by the title that I am talking about orchids. So what is really exciting for me that all of my collection is so different. I don't have two the same orchids. There is only two from the same family, but all in all every single one orchid is so different, and I think you should enjoy this haul because I have some pretty common ones and some pretty uncommon ones, so this should be really fun. So take a drink, a snack, and let's join me on this plenty chatty video with haul of my orchids. So if you're pretty new on my channel, you probably don't know it, but my obsession with houseplants actually reborn with orchids. So when I was a kid, my mom used to grow about 50 different cacti all around our apartment, and cacti was the one, cacti was my love number one, and always will be, I'm not going to lie. But then I started to live on my own with my boyfriend, and we went to live in United Kingdom, and we were, renting an apartment, so we could not change anything in the room that we rented, and that room was really sad, to be honest. So what I wanted to do, since I could not change a thing, I could not change furniture, anything, I started to add plants. And since I lived in Newark, which is pretty small city, I was not able to go plant shopping, to the more awesome and exciting shops. So what I did, I went to the grocery stores like Asda or Morrison's and just bought plants from grocery stores, and those plants were mostly orchids, mostly phalaenopsis orchids, and that's how my love for plants started to grow even more, because I started to watch YouTube, I started to find plant tubers, and that's how I got hooked once again on the plants. So this video is dedicated for my reborn love for houseplants, because it all brings me over here, and you can see it's pretty out of control. But guys, I'm actually 2 weeks on a no-buy, and in those 2 weeks I had no plants bought, so I'm really proud of myself. And guys, if you really want to do something, you can put your mind into it and you can do it. I am a plant tuber, and buying plants is kind of, pretty normal thing for me. Otherwise I wouldn't have too much videos for you. I was not buying any plants for 2 weeks, and I'm pretty pumped about it because next month, April, is my birthday, so this is the month that I will probably get a bunch of plants. So anyway, enough bumbling. Can you tell that I'm so nervous? I'm really nervous, guys, like extremely nervous, because my boss maybe 15 minutes ago wrote me that he wants to talk. I have no idea what this means. We don't talk, okay? So he said that after working hours he will come to my home and we will chat. I'm afraid, guys. But anywho, let's get back to my orchids, right? So let's start probably from the more simple ones, and then we will go to the more exciting ones, right? So let's start from my Dendrobium. This is one of my newest orchids, and I'll be honest, I was never a big fan of Dendrobiums because most of the time they won't rebloom for me. So when I got that one, I was aware of that, but at the same time I started to fall in love with just simply foliage, because this is a very nice, thick stem with beautiful waxy leaves, and this reminds me somehow of zizis, and I love zizis, so that's why I fell in love again with Dendrobium. This specific Dendrobium is Dendrobium polar fire, and it had beautiful pink blooms. I will insert a picture over here so you can check it out. But guys, this is a very beautiful plant, and I cannot wait for it to rebloom. It actually, as you can tell, has an old spike, but all of these new babies, they did not bloom, so I'm pretty stoked, and I think sooner or later we'll receive more beautiful blooms. And I just love how this orchid looks in a black pot, right? What a beautiful contrast. It just always hits me, Plants like this with beautiful foliage, they always look so good in black pots for me. And for example, cacti, they looks amazing in terracotta. But this is just me, you know? So this is my orchid number 1, which is really beautiful, isn't it? This one is a little bit out of control. I really need to report it, but at the same time I have no idea what I'm going to do about it. Bam! So this is actually my rescue orchid. This is phalaenopsis, and since I rescued it, I'm not sure what kind of variety that is. And as you can tell, it's crazy. It actually had roots still here when I found it. And when I repotted it over here, as you can tell, it regrows so many more roots. And right now, this plant mom is pregnant, and you can see this beautiful tiny baby over here, which is really exciting, but it's crazy. So this is phalaenopsis that I rescued about a year ago, and it already bloomed for me 2 times, so it's not a surprise for me what kind of color it is. This particular plant has large white blooms, which are striking and beautiful, and whenever it blooms for me, I'm just always over the moon. But guys, all of the orchid lovers, please help. What should I do with it? Because as you can tell, it's just crazy. It's crazy. When I posted a video about this orchid, I think half a year ago, a lot of you said just to cut it over here in half and start it as a brand new plant and just get rid of the roots in the bottom. But I just, oh my gosh, I just can't do it. Just look at those beautiful green, juicy roots. So how would you do that? Okay, so this is my orchid number 2. Not that exciting. It actually lost about 6 leaves during this winter, which is really sad, but it's already growing new one. It's growing a baby, so it shows me that finally spring is here and it's happy. But we still need to do something about it. Still need to do something about it, guys. Let's talk about my tiniest orchid in my collection, which is so cute, and I love it. It's over here. This one is staked. Actually, it was 15 euros, and its name is Doritis pulcherrima. Here is the name. Here is the name, right? And this is that cute orchid. So this is pretty similar to phalaenopsis, and actually I ordered this one online, but when I came to the store to take my purchase, where they said sorry, but the one that you ordered is not available anymore. So we have a bunch. They actually had a basket of orchids like this one that were staked in these tiny pieces of woods, and all of them were so cute, and I had no idea what I'm looking at. So I just grabbed the biggest one. Obviously, you know me, if you've been on this channel, you know that the bigger the better for me. So I actually grabbed this one, and it already lost 1 tiny leaf, but at the same time it's growing a brand new one, which is so cute. Just look at this guy, guys. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? And it's actually growing me a tiny new root over here, you can tell, right? Oh my gosh, how cute it is. I cannot wait for it to bloom because it's just way too adorable. Do you agree, guys? This one is actually from local store Studio Orchid, so I'm not sure if they are shipping, but if you want, I can link this store to you because they have a bunch of orchids, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. Every single time when I stare at it, I'm just like, oh yeah. And I just love to play with this one since it's staked and don't have too much moss, so I spray it every single day, not every second day, every third day, you know, just a little bit to give it a little drink. And I just love this process. It's just, you know, so relaxing. It's just like a little meditation. You just go around, sprinkle your plants, and just like feel better, you know. Okay, enough about this gorgeous beauty. I mean, it deserves a moment of fame, right? It deserves, so applause. Okay, so this is my jewel orchid. I actually watered it yesterday, so it's a little bit heavy. And guys, I can feel that it feels the spring because look at those tiny spikes over here. This one. Or over here on another one. You see those tiny spikes? I'm actually first time seeing those spikes, but I'm pretty sure that these are the new tops, because every single top of this plant rebloomed. You can see a little tiny spike that is all dried out, right? So if you don't really familiar with these orchids, they actually won't grow anymore and they will just die off one by one. But instead of just dying completely, they're growing beautiful new spikes and new plants. So what I'm planning to do, actually, I probably will cut them all and put them in a perlite with water, so they can reroot once again and start a brand new plant. This is one of my favorite plants, hands down. And guys, you needed to see it when it was in full, beautifulness. I don't know how to say it, but guys, when it had many more leaves, it was just stunning. But as time goes, it gets a little leggy, and I'm just happy to see all those new spikes growing. And right now I'm actually debating, should I cut them all and restart a new beautiful tiny bush, or should I let it go crazy, I don't know. We'll see about that. But I love this baby. I love it so much. Like, how wouldn't you? How wouldn't you? Look at those beautiful striking leaves. Oh, beautiful. So we have 2 more plants left, and you can see them in the frame on almost every single video, or at least every other video you guys are asking or giving some comments about these beautiful orchids. And let's start from this one. Just look at this, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love. This is actually 3 orchids in one pot, which is what bought me about this. When I ordered this orchid, I also ordered this orchid, and this was the craziest order actually, guys, because this one was unplanned. And when I came to take this one, the lady said we have maybe around 10 of these, so go ahead and choose whatever you want. And obviously I got the one that had the most plants in the pot, because that's a jackpot, and it was blooming at the same time. It was like win-win, and I already can tell that the bloom is, I think soon it will be gone. That's why I decided to film this video, since I don't have a huge, orchid collection, but at the same time I want to capture these beauties. I want to capture these blooms while I can, because I don't know when they will rebloom for me. So I'm sorry if this video is a little bit too short for you, or maybe you don't see too many orchids, right? But for me it's special, right? So I hope you will enjoy this one as well. So this is Paphiopedilum, guys, and this is a very beautiful specimen. I am in love with this one. This is the one that actually got me into the Paphiopedilum orchids. This is my first ever Paphiopedilum, and it will be always so special for me. This one's actually name is on the tag. So actually let's try to pronounce it together, because this is crazy, guys. So this is Paphiopedilum Frauenschuch. This is Paphiopedilum Frauenschuch. I hope, guys. I'm not sure. I am not that afraid that this one will rebloom, and die off on me, because it already has 2 new plants inside of the spot. So if you are not familiar with these orchids, they actually, after blooming, they will slowly die off and regrow a tiny babies who will start once again the process from the beginning. They will also grow bigger, they will also bloom, and then once again they will die off and grow another baby, and it's like never-ending circle, hopefully, unless you kill them, So this is like a very beautiful thing, right? Oh my gosh, I just cannot stop staring at the leaves. I just cannot stop staring at the bloom. Oh yeah, this is like wow. You saw nothing. And let's go to my last one. This is actually, I think, my newest orchid. Yes, this is actually my newest orchid. This one is also Paphiopedilum. I got it just before my no-buy started, so about 2 weeks ago. And guys, let's just give a nice, beautiful moment for this awesome bloom. Like, oh my gosh, this yellow is just, it gets me, and it's just screams Easter for me, right, guys? So I actually wanted to make a fairy garden with this specific orchid. But guys, what gets me the most, don't get me wrong, I love the bloom. I love this bloom. But the foliage on this, oh my gosh, guys, look at those striking domino leaves. Like, I'm not even sure how should I call it, mosaic leaves probably, right? But they are just so cool and they are shiny. I mean, I can see all of those tiny pockets of water inside of them, and it just looks crazy and unreal. And when I got it, actually, I told you that it's growing a tiny baby, and right now you can tell that the baby already is growing so much more. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is another baby just next to it. There you go, you should see it. Over here, the new leaf, right? So this is such a cute orchid. And guys, when I got it, this one is actually from a big box store, and I got it for I think 10 euros, around 10 euros. It was crazy price find, and I'm actually still so proud to be able to find this one, right? And give me a second, I will tell you the name and a little bit more about it. So I actually asked on my Instagram, maybe any orchid lovers know anything about this. I actually had no idea what the name of this one was. And the orchid shop from which I bought this Paphiopedilum told me a little bit background story about this one. So I want to share this one with you because I think it's always so cool to know a little bit of a background, right? So this is Paphiopedilum okay, this is Paphiopedilum maudiae. You will see it on the screen, right? But this is an orchid that is actually a hybrid, and a hybrid between Paphiopedilum colossum, which is native to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Laos, and also hybrid between Paphiopedilum laurentianum, which is native to Borneo. So this is, you know, a hybrid, but this is actually not a new hybrid. This one was around when your grandma was still living, which is crazy, right? I mean, at least my grandma. I'm not sure about yours because I'm not sure how old are you, but I mean, no offense. Okay, this is going the wrong direction. So this is a pretty old hybrid. You know what? I have some notes. So this orchid is a beautiful old hybrid that stood the test of time for more than 100 years. Where others have passed and gone out of fashion, this cross is still one of the most desired orchids in the world. Which is crazy, right? And I accidentally found it in a big box store. Between simple, not Paphiopedilums, but simple phalaenopsis orchids. Like, how crazy is that, right? Okay guys, so these are all of my beautiful orchids that I am in love, and I want to grow my orchids collection more and more because finally I feel like I can grow them and do not kill them. So some of these orchids are here for a couple months, some of them are here for a couple years. So this shows me that finally I am ready and I won't kill any more orchids, because before that I killed a bunch of these. So, but anyway guys, Rocky, stop licking yourself. Oh my gosh, this is a child-friendly channel. Yoga dog, oh my gosh. Okay guys, so before finishing this video, I want to give you another language lesson. Let's make this one quick one because I'm in a hurry, my lunch break is over. So anyway, and I'm still worried about the boss. Okay, okay. What I wanted to teach you, I forgot. Oh my gosh, my mind is just like blowing off right now. Okay, so I will, since we were talking about orchids and the beautiful blooms, let me teach you, this is how we speak. I will tell you how to say bloom in Russian and Lithuanian today. So if you want to say bloom in Lithuanian, you need to say žiedas. Once again, žiedas. This is bloom in Lithuanian or earring in Lithuanian, so you can use this phrase, this word for both, you know, žiedas, žiedas. Probably there are even more meanings, but anyway, this is in Lithuanian. And if you want to say bloom in Russian, you need to say цвет. Once again, цвет or цветок or расцвет. It's pretty similar. Once again, цвет, расцвет, цветок. So these are blooms, or цвет. Цвет also can be a color. For example, I mean, I always love to learn, one word that can mean so different things. Like, for example, chili, right? In English. Okay, let's talk about chili, because this specific word is getting me crazy. Like chili, right? So when you eat chili peppers, it's hot, it's crazy hot. Or chili, right? If you want your food to be chili or medium or whatever. Chili is hot, right? But when you go outside and somebody asks, how is the weather? And you're like, it's a little bit chilly, and you say that because it's cold. Like, so if it's chilly, it should be hot. Why it's cold? How chili pepper and cold? How? And why? And who? I just don't understand this part. But this is just me. Okay. Don't be so shy. Don't be so shy. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, right? Don't forget to comment. Let's chat in the comments. What do you think about my collection? Do you have your favorite orchid? Because I would love to hear that one and Google that one afterwards. Thank you so much for watching. And wait, okay. And bye. Bye, guys. Bye. See you later.